Welcome everyone to an awesome showdown between the Blind Bandit as the Empire against Lordbaltimore as the Greenskins. This match took place on Gorgazan for the Battle of Sigmar vs Gork and Mork. In the front line for the cavalry, 4 units here, 2 being the Orc-Boar Boys and 2 being the anti-large Orc-Boar Biggins. In the front line, 2 units of the Knight Goblins, including here on the left, the AP Loonies with those Fanatics and that Unbreakable status. 2 units of the Silver Shielded Goblins, 2 units of the Orc Boys, and 2 units of the Elite Infantry Black Orcs. Here with that massive armor piercing, and that immune to psychology. In the sky, we are going to be having the legendary Lord choice here, Azag the Slaughterer. He's going to be having 110 speed, making him very quick indeed, with the Azag's Ard Armor, as well as Foe Seeker and Spirit Leech. In the flank on the left-hand side, we are going to be seeing 2 units of the Poisoned Spider Rider Archers, 1 here on the right as well, including the armor-piercing Morgub's Magnet Marauders. In the middle, 2 units of the anti-large spears here with shields. In the front, we are going to have the infantry swordsmen here, 2 units including the Sigmar Sons with that unbreakable status, alongside the double unbreakable flagellants as well. In the pocket, 2 units of the anti-large and armor-piercing halberds in support of the triple armor-piercing handguns. Including here in the middle, we will be having the silver bullets with that stalk and magic ammunition. In the back, 2 units of cavalry, 1 being the heavily armoured Empire Knights, and the second here with the additional bonus and fire damage, Knights of the Blazing Sun. In the middle, we are going to be having Volkmar the Grim, the man, the myth, the legend here, with the Grand Soulfire, Grand Shield of Faith, Grand Hammer of Sigmar, Banishment, Jade Griffin, Divine Power, and Benediction. The hero choice today will be the Light Wizard, here on horseback, with Blast, Power Stone, Net of Amontok, Shem's Burning Gaze, and Exorcism. So a great build here from both sides, really wide on the front line, and I do like it from the State Infantry here from the Empire. One thing I really like is the Unbreakable front line we have here with the Flagellants alongside the Sigmar Sons as well. They do pack a great punch, and they're great counters here up against the Elite Black Orcs. They can hold right into the very end, so we can get those armor-piercing handguns forward and really deleting the strong infantry unit. A little bit of trouble though on the flanks. We can see some poison from the Spider Rider Archers, and the Morgub's Magnet Marauders also have some great armor piercing. 66 base speed for the Empire Knights, going down to 57 here, meaning they're not going to be able to catch the 78 speed of the Spider Riders, which means unfortunately the armor piercing and that kite there is going to be shooting up against the Empire Knights. In the front, handgun is going to be spraying straight into the Black Orcs here. A nice movement here, we can see actually moving out with the Spearman shields, going to have some great protection up against those missiles. In the front line, a lovely charge here coming from the Sigmar Sons straight into the Orc Boys, charging head on head here, fighting right in the middle. Sigmar up against Mork and Gork, the Black Orcs pushing in as well, slightly getting caught by the Sigmar Sons, so they are going to turn and fight here as well. In the front, we are going to be getting Volkmar the Grim coming into aid up against this Elite Infantry unit. Swordsmen fighting up against Gobbos, and also Orc Boys fighting up against the Unbreakable Flagellants. A few of the spears here could really do with getting in and aiding alongside the Orc Boys. Gunfire here and a net on the Orc Boys here on the right, and as we can see, a little bit of a screening here coming out of the Halberdiers. Double bronze chevron as well to really aid them in the front line with those additional stats. In the back, though, we can see Spider Riders and Orc-Boar Biggins are going to be pouring into the pocket up against those handguns and those silver bullets. Black Orcs are making their way in as well, and it's looking really dire here for the Bandits early on, while going off that added melee stat as well as the armor piercing and base weapon damage, and including that immune to psychology. Very handy here when fighting up against Volkmar the Grim. So it looks like we have the Grand Shield of Faith and the Grand Hammer of Sigmar there going down from the increase to damage resistance and melee attack. Azag is going to swoop in. Looks like he's going to try and see if he gets some assassination attempts here on Volkmar the Grim, but one of the tankiest models in the game, it's not going to be so easy. And so we are going to be breaking the Spider Rider Archers here in the middle, but the same can be said here for the handguns and the silver bullets. They're all going to be going down here up against those Black Orcs and that cavalry. Halberds fighting inside and alongside the Knights of the Blazing Sun as they try to take down the Orc-Boar Biggins in that really nice middle pocket. Armor piercing and anti-large can really help them there up against that elite cavalry. Looks like the Biggins here, second unit is going to go down as well. They are going to get terrified here up against Volkmar the Grim, but we are going to move away here using the Light Wizard. Looks like they're going to try and aid the front line of these Black Orcs. Maybe try and see if we get a Shem's Burning Gaze, or just to increase the leadership in the front here just to help them fight that a little bit longer. Azag's done the bit. He's going to move out. He's going to start firing again with that 110 speed. A lovely Shim's Burning Gaze here in the front. Not going to quite catch. And it looks like we are going to get a net as well. Net of Amatok going down to really pin in Azag the Slaughterer. It's a shame we don't have one of his handgunners left online, or he would be getting absolutely destroyed there up in the sky. In the back here, the Orc Boars are going to be going down. Yet another break from them, one away from being shattered. Black Orcs up to 36 models as they're fighting here up against Volkmar the Grim. On the flanks, we are going to be using the Spider Riders effectively to really remove these silver bullets. Great armor piercing potential and damage output. Just a wave of green here in the front left-hand side. Black Orcs moving in, as well as the Orc Boys, and some of these nice cavalry as well. The Night Goblins are going to be fighting here up against the Halberdiers in the front. And so we have the Night Goblins here up against the Flagellants as well. Swordsmen are going to be going down. Handgunners could potentially come back here. But as we can see, it looks like we are going to get a Grand Soul Fire here in the middle. We have broken the Black Orcs. That elite infantry is going to go down. Balance of power is going to be pulling into the Empire favour, thanks to such a healthy Volkmar the Grim. Unfortunately, here down to health is going to be Azag the Slaughterer. Foe Seeker being used, giving him 138 speed. So good here. Looks like we did actually get another Shim's Burning Gaze coming out of the Bright Wizard. Power Stone going down yet again to try and get that added mana here in the pocket. As we can see here, Volkmar the Grim is going to be moving through up against these Black Orcs. He's such a great anti-infantry tool here. Really great at deleting all levels of infantry. In the pocket, we can see that the Morgoth's Mangling Marauders trying to get the armor-piercing shots here into the backside of Volkmar the Grim. But in the backside here, it looks like we are going to be sniping using a triple threat. We are going to move in with the double cavalry and Azag to really delete all of this backline infantry and cavalry. In the front, Greenskins yet again pouring in. We can see that we do actually have the ability here with those fanatics coming in from the Night Goblins here on the right. We're actually going to break the Halberds, so we are going to lose that anti-large and armor piercing here in the middle. But the Black Orcs here have managed to pin in Volkmar the Grim, and that armor piercing can really punch up against Volkmar. A low 20 melee defense can really struggle up against 36 melee attack from the Black Orcs. Sigmar's Sons still fighting right to the end, but they are going to be wavering here, getting beaten down here by Volkmar the Grim and these Sigmar Sons. In comes the Light Wizard as well, getting chased here by the cavalry with that anti-large and armor piercing. It's really not going to be helpful there for him. In the back, we can see some Night Goblins trying to see if they can get into the pocket. One is going to break, but of course here, the 8-peak Loonies aren't going to have that unbreakable status, so they can fight right here to the very end. Azag is going to be flying around, 1,400 health left for him, and Volkmar is still going to be regenerating here with that Grand Shield of Faith and the Grand Hammer of Sigmar. We are going to fly in with the added melee stats here for the spears. It's really not going to be too helpful here for Azag the Slaughterer. He's going to be in the middle. He is going to be wavering. He is going to go and just about stabilize it just before he breaks. Azag's Ard Armor is going to aid, but unfortunately isn't going to quite give him the bonuses enough here to snipe out the Bright Wizard. We are going to terrify him, but it's not going to be enough to push him off the edge of the battlefield or even kill him here. As they're an unfortunate trade, and he is going to shatter. That is going to be army losses, and a great win here for the Empire. Fantastic stuff between these two. Lord Baltimore really giving it here from AIMA up against the Blind Bandit. But as we see, Azag here, 1,227 for Azag the Slaughterer, with 300 and 242 for the Goblins. We've got 706 and 380 for the Orc Boys, and here 610 for the Night Goblin Fanatics. We can see 102 kills as well. It's absolutely no joke. 93 kills, 648, with the Black Orcs coming in at 800 and 1,100. Only 3 here for the Orc Boys, and 175, with the anti-large cavalry coming in at 704 and 643. So struggling there quite a bit, actually. It is a little bit disappointing. These guys can do very well indeed, but of course, getting caught by spearmen and halberds, obviously not going to be their best friend. We can see 337, 662, and 63 here from the Spider Riders, and for the Morgoth's Mangling Marauders, 886. Volkmar the Grim getting 1,536 here in the front line, 1,100 as well for the Bright Wizard. A nice blast there, and a double Shim's Burning Gaze here up against Azag the Slaughterer, really putting the pressure on the Lord there with no regeneration. 540 and 340 here for the Spearmen. Great value there indeed. 260, 211 for the Swordsman, with 101 kills, 877 damage value for the Sigmar Sons. 520, 1,100 for the Halberds, doing some great value there in the flanks, with 400 and 500 from the Flagellants. from the handguns, 570, 300 as well as 550 from the silver bullets, and they did get broke down really early on in the game, so the fact that they still got great value shows just how much they do offer here for the Empire. 197 for the Empire Knights, with 810 as well for the Knights of the Blazing Sun, really getting shut down there by that skirmish core. What a fantastic game between these guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment down below about what you thought as well. And if you are new here, I'd really appreciate you guys subscribing. If you're also new, go down into that description. You can find all of my other social media platforms, and most importantly here, my Discord. You can join to leave videos just like this one, or you can join to also see all of my single player and multiplayer content, as well as all joining my leagues and tournaments. So I do loads of things on a daily basis for all of you guys to get involved, so do join up on that Discord and come see what it's all about. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon.